Okay, first thing we have to do tonight is a public hearing. All persons are reminded that this session is being recorded on tape for the preservation of records, and you are asked when called upon to give your name, address, and interest in the matter before the council. That matter is the discussion of resolution 2023-04, a resolution to adopt an amendment to the 2010 Community Comprehensive Plan for the town of Hampstead. Mr. Rourke.
Yes, so this resolution is to amend the 2010 Comprehensive Plan. The area of the plan that we are amending is the growth area. We were approached by the Stag property leaseors, who is Penguin Random House, and they would like to annex into the town and connect to town water. So in order to do that, the first thing that has to happen is that property has to be in the growth area, and it hasn't been put in the growth area before because there was no desire to enter into the town by the people that held the lease there. So anyway, they want to come in, so this is the first step to do that. In order to accommodate this request, an area within the growth area has to be removed, simply to offset the Stag property. So we have two parcels in the extreme southeast corner of the growth area outside the town limits. The Trenton Mills farm property and the Offner property. Those are the two that will be removed. The reason being, the outlook for any development on either of those parcels is not likely at all. Neither has water to the parcels, or they don't have sewer service. And you look at the projections for sewer service, and neither is projected to receive sewer service for at least 10 years. So, and they currently are farmed every year. So the addition of the Stag property would be a major boost to the town. Their water usage is very minimal, basically about the size. They use as much water as 4 or 5 residences. That's all they use. It's just a warehouse in there. However, the taxes on the property, because of its size, are significant, and it would be a very nice addition to the town. In addition, one of the things that we always list in the comprehensive goal that we try to accomplish is infill annexation, which are areas that right now are basically major parts connected to the town but are not part of the town. So that goal, this would greatly help achieve that goal also.
Is there any public comment? Any comment up here?
No, sir.
All right, going once, twice, 3 times. We'll close the public hearing. Please rise for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Lord, we submit ourselves to you as your servants of the people of Hampstead who place their trust in us. Please allow every word that is spoken and every action taken to be in the best interest of Hampstead, and for everyone gathered here tonight to be a stabilizing influence in these unsettled times. O Lord, bless this meeting and our town. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mayor Nevin.
Here.
Councilmember Barrett.
Here.
Councilmember Painter.
Here.
Councilmember Thomas.
Here.
Councilmember Oglesby.
Here.
And Councilmember Zolman is excused.
All right. Motion to approve the public hearing and council meeting minutes from last month.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Town managers report.
All righty. So the water system modernization and centralization project. That's the official name of our water improvement project. Town staff and our engineering consultants met with representatives from the Maryland Department of the Environment last Thursday to discuss the town's preliminary engineering reports, along with the proper procedures we need to take the next steps forward. We received some guidance to move forward, and we were also introduced to some of the MDE personnel we will be working with on this project. The town can now begin the formal design process for the changes to the water facilities, and the timeline dictates that we begin construction by the 4th quarter of 2024. Along those same lines, the wastewater treatment plant, we've been working on a memo of understanding with the county regarding the transfer of occasional filter backwash to the county's wastewater treatment plant. This is something that would come along through the GAC filters that we need to install for the water system upgrades. So town staff, actually we're very close, town staff will be meeting with county staff to iron out the final details later this week. Antietam Broadband, a draft of the Public Works Agreement between the town and Antietam Broadband is currently under review by the town attorney. Once it is complete, it will be sent to Antietam Broadband for their review. Antietam, as we discussed last month, is seeking to install fiber lines and utility easements along every street in town to allow the opportunity for every resident in town to connect to their high-speed internet system. And some of you may have noticed some fiber installation taking place just outside of the town limits, especially on the west side. That's a separate county project, and Quantum Internet, who's based locally, is the recipient of the contract, and they're the ones that are out there doing the work on the roads. So paving, the town and county's fall paving projects have been completed. It was interesting when they were both simultaneously in the same areas, trying to maneuver around Gill and Shiloh. But one thing that happened is the county's milling of Royal Avenue revealed several water leaks below ground and provided the perfect opportunity to repair them. One of the leaks was significant enough that it required the assistance of C.J. Miller to replace a section of the pipe. This work also revealed the leaking fire hydrant, which will be discussed later in the meeting. The financial audit.
How old was that pipe?
Late 50s, early 60s. It's AC pipe, it's cement pipe.
The financial audit for fiscal year 2023 was completed without any issues or concerns and was submitted by the October 31st deadline. The ARPA single audit was also completed and submitted. Electronic versions of the reports have been provided to the mayor and council and have also been posted on the town's website. I never realized how big of a undertaking the yearly audit is, and I just had to point out that Cheryl does a great job of working with the auditors to make it go as smoothly as possible. With the end of the calendar year approaching, Cheryl's now focusing on completion of W-2s, 1095s, and 1099s.
Then the budget, then it'll be another audit.
Yeah, correct. It's just a cyclical thing. I'm pleased to announce that we have a new assistant zoning administrator. Elizabeth Dietrich. She comes to us following a long, successful career working in the cell tower permitting and site planning field. I asked her after I wrote this if that described it well, what she did. And she gave me about a 20-word, very big word explanation of what she did, and I said I like my description better. But anyway, we're really excited to welcome Elizabeth to the town team and feel she's going to fit right in and be a great addition.
She lives in the zip code, so.
Yes. Yeah. Shop Small Saturday and the Carroll County Passport Program. Shop Small Saturday occurs on November 25th this year. This is a day that we encourage everyone to support our local businesses by visiting and shopping in them. Actually, we encourage people all the time to stop in and support our local businesses. Additionally, the Carroll County Downtown's Passport Program is already in full swing. It began on Saturday, November 4th and runs through December 10th. Anyone can pick up a passport at a participating business. I've also got a few up here. This is all we have left. Some businesses have already come back and asked for more, so they're really getting out there. I did reach out today to Carroll County Downtowns, and we will be receiving another packet or two, hopefully by the end of the week. But so to be included in the contest, you just purchase items and get signed proof of purchase at 8 businesses throughout the county. Completed passports can be turned in at any Carroll County Public Library or Town Hall by December the 12th. And 20 winners will be picked at random on December the 15th for a $50 gift certificate, which is good at any passport business. And actually thinking back, I went up today and we already had one turned in today to us. So hopefully every year it gets bigger. And I remember last year they talked about how it seemed Hampstead's participation in the program was the largest of any municipality. So, yeah. We're going to skip the next one as the mayor will cover that. And then the last thing, Candy Cane Lane on Main. Hampstead's annual Main Street Decorating Contest returns for a 4th year. This contest is open to residents and businesses with the best 2 residential displays and the top 2 business displays receiving prizes. We encourage all Main Street properties to participate as it really adds to the town's Christmas decorations. Decorations need to be up by December 13th, and you can then call Town Hall at 410-239-7408 to enter and get a Candy Cane Lane sign. There's more details in the town newsletter, which if they didn't start hitting mailboxes today, they should got it today. So amazing job by Eichenberg Printing and F&M Mailing for getting it out and done really fast. So, and just along the lines of Candy Cane Lane, I just want to give a shout out to Kevin and his guys for their job decorating the town. All year round, I have people come up and just tell me how great Main Street in the town looks. But this time of year, it's really more people stop me, talk to me. I'm sure talk to all you about how amazing it looks. Along those same lines, the residents and the businesses that decorate, and it adds to it and just makes it seems like Hampstead becomes like a special magical place during the holiday season.
A Hallmark card.
But it is.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Is that it?
that's it.
Questions for Jim? All right, Diane.
Okay, well, I know you'll be talking about this later, but this weekend is one of Hampstead's favorite celebrations of the year, the tree lighting at War Memorial Park. Along with that event is the Hampstead Farmers Market Christmas Market. That will be held on Friday, November 17th from 4 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, November 18th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at St. John's Church. 15 vendors have signed up. They will be selling all kinds of baked goods, jewelry, soaps and other skincare products, clothing, household items, and lots of great gift ideas. A complete list of participating vendors was posted on the Facebook page just this morning, so certainly go there and take a look and see who's coming. Since the church notified Keith that they will not be able to prepare and serve hot foods in the kitchen this year, Keith arranged for food trucks instead. It's All Good, which has been a regular participant of the Hampstead Fire Department's Food Truck Tuesdays, will be selling dinner items Friday night. On Saturday, Staglio Pizza's food truck will be selling breakfast sandwiches until noon and then pizza from noon to 2 p.m. The tables in the church will be available for attendees to use, so feel free to bring your meal inside, do some holiday shopping, and then enjoy the outdoor festivities.
Where are we going to put them up? In that auxiliary parking lot there?
They'll be at the entrance to the small parking lot on the
On the jug handle?
north side of the church, yes.
That's perfect.
Yep.
And if your kids don't get to catch up with Santa Friday night, we have arranged for Santa to be at the market on Saturday. I think his anticipated arrival is around 10, so we just look forward to seeing everyone this weekend.
Wayne?
The Hampstead train station is closed for the season. We're proud and happy to sponsor the Hampstead's the Christmas Farmers Market for the Farmers Market. Tree Commission, on November 4th, we planted 120 plus trees. We had 20 plus people out there. I just want to thank the council members that showed up. David Padilla from the Church of Latter-day Saints. Kim brought some people out from her association. There was a lot of fun. We got a lot of trees planted in a short period of time, and they look really great. And thanks to the Public Works Department for their support in picking the trees up for us. And I think everybody had a good time and more trees.
And Wayne's look is courtesy of a little eye doctor appointment today, in case anybody's wondering on TV.
Well, I just do want to point out that North Carroll Farms paid for the trees, so they paid the
Very good.
$1,500 for the trees for this planting. So,
Love that.
all right, thank you.
Deb?
Okay, Planning and Zoning Commission met on Wednesday, October 25th. The first item was the approval for a sign for, the Goose Ridge, what was it, Goose Ridge?
Goose Ridge Soaps.
Thank you. I was typing this at work and I wasn't paying attention. Goose Ridge Soaps at 1365 North Main Street, where the Hampstead Diner was. There's a new 12-foot by 2-foot backlit sign on the exterior and their logo on the door and windows. Next up was the discussion regarding the improvements at Wendy's at 4224 Northwoods Trail. They replaced their old metal exterior panels with new ones, adding the red feature wall in the front. They also added new wood-like tile and a new light box. In addition, they added new canopies at the drive-through, and they will be replacing the existing sign with a new monument sign, which is a 15 by 9 foot double-sided sign. Changes were approved by the commission before they made these, and it does look really good.
Yes, I think it does.
Been by there. From the Carroll County Department of Planning, we were advised that the sewer and water master plan amendments were approved. The transportation master plan should be completed this month, and the economic land use study will be presented in November for the first review. Then we have water. October 2023 average water usage was 355,000 gallons per day. November 2023 average water usage so far, 345,000 gallons per day. Rainfall October 2023 was 0.96 inches, and so far in November is 0.19 inches. Hampstead's rainfall deficit is 11.2 inches as of November 11th, 23. Exclamation point. Please continue to conserve our precious resource.
What do we got, an El Nino now? That's,
Yes.
and then we have the Old Farmer's Almanac and the Farmer's Almanac, both saying it's gonna be a snowy winter. So, I don't think we're gonna get off like we did last year.
We'll see about that. I'm still optimistic that we'll get snow and rainfall over the winter months, but we are in the jaws of a pretty significant drought right now.
Okay.
Dave?
It's been a pretty productive past month. In October, I was at the MML 24 Summer Conference Planning Meeting. We held it there at College Park during the MML Fall Conference. This was our first in-person meeting, which was really nice. We got to meet all the members one-on-one. Our next meeting will be January 20th, 24. Also, I attended the MML Board of Directors meeting in College Park, as well as during the fall conference, along with fellow board member Mayor Nevin. And as was mentioned by Councilman Thomas, I planted trees along with Councilman Thomas and Councilwoman Painter at the North Carroll Farms earlier this month, along with members of the Tree Commission. This past weekend, I had the honor of being a judge at the Hampstead Lions Car Club show, and they had about 85 cars, really good turnout. And I'm always a car guy, so I really like the opportunity to be able to judge those kind of things. So thanks to the Lions.
What'd you pick?
It was a 65 Mustang. Very nice. Done completely nice. Back to showroom condition. As far as the parks goes, this past week I toured the latest park renovations at Sugar Maple Park. The new obstacle course and the swings are up and are being used. There was about 15 kids out there playing, having a good time on Saturday. So it was good to see that. I encourage the public to stop by at the park and check out the new facilities, and we're going to be adding some more things in the spring. The War Memorial Park, as we spoke, is all ready for the Christmas tree lighting, and I want to thank the Public Works again too. Looks fantastic, and for Santa's arrival, which the mayor will go over about a little bit there, by fire truck.
I don't know why, but
Everyone else did.
Everyone else knows that.
I didn't say.
We worked on a fall cleanup of the gardens up there in the park. This past season, we had a lot of native flowers that were gorgeous, and since they are perennials, they will be back next spring for us to enjoy at the park. Finally, at the Gardens of Richards Cemetery last month, the wildflower bed was cleaned up and tilled under for fall, and we will be planting some seeds for a new crop of wildflowers next spring. I also started to engage with Hampstead Elementary School, hopefully, for a science nature class to be held hopefully in April or May next spring, so that the students can learn about the pollinator plants and histories of here in Hampstead.
very good.
Thank you.
So one thing that I neglected to point out in my staff report, I talked about the new Assistant Zoning Administrator, but I did not formally introduce her. So that is my mistake. I apologize. But in the audience tonight with us, we have Elizabeth Dietrich, our new Assistant Zoning Administrator. Please, after the meeting, stop by, introduce yourself to her, and she's going to be a great fit for the team.
She is. I was in on the interview, and she did a great job. So looking forward to seeing you next week. Okay, Chief, you're up.
Good evening, everyone.
You want to talk about Christmas tree lighting too?
Oh, no, I'm going to leave that all to you. During the month of October, in the Traffic Safety Department, we handled 3 reportable crashes, 6 minor property damage only, and 3 of the crashes took place at the 42 Circle. Speed signs were put up at 6 locations for a total of 83 days of display. Traffic enforcement included 23 selective enforcements over a 38-hour period. Overall traffic enforcement included 41 citations, 112 warnings. 543 property checks were conducted. With reference to crime, 2 burglaries were reported, 1 attempted burglary, 1 identity theft, 1 fraud, 2 second-degree assaults, and 1 sexual assault that involves known parties. Arrests included 5 arrests for serious traffic offenses, 3 DUIs, 1 theft of town water, 3 warrants, 1 violation of a peace order, 1 arrest for an assault on one of our police officers, and 1 arrest for disorderly conduct. Training included 133 hours, including the DART virtual training, which I talked about last meeting as well. We received training from the Greater Baltimore Regional Crisis Support. That is another behavioral health resource that we have available to us. We continue training on CN1 and CN2. That's access to the NCIC system. We conducted training on human trafficking, the LINK system, which again I mentioned that last month as well. And we also had an officer that graduated from the Crisis Intervention Training Program. Community events included the Spring Garden Elementary Safety Patrol Leadership Presentation, Robertsfield HOA. We did a safety presentation at the residence at Hampstead. We also participated in the Spring Garden Elementary Trunk or Treat, as well as the Pantherplex Trunk or Treat. And although it's not listed on your report, we do have a date for Shop with the Cop this year, December 9th. We're accepting donations, anybody that can help us out. This is that time of the year. And we'll make sure Santa Claus is there and it's brought up to speed on everything. And
8
that would
o'clock?
be my report.
8 o'clock?
Perhaps. There's still some moving parts. It's
Okay.
going to take place on that date, but there's a couple more. There's more moving parts this year than there was last year.
All right, let me know. Questions for Dave? Thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right, my report. So a few things going on. Let's start with Municipal Government Works Week. Maryland Municipal League the month of November is Municipal Government Works Month. So all the things that we do for the citizens, we try to highlight that a little bit. And so there's always a proclamation for this. And whereas the town of Hampstead was incorporated in 1888, and whereas Maryland is home to 156 other municipalities, making for a total of 157, whereas municipal government represents the most responsive level of government, allowing citizens to have direct access to elected officials, and whereas in an effort to educate citizens about municipal government and the importance of their participation, the town of Hampstead is proud to promote municipal government awareness, and whereas municipalities have enhanced the quality of life for their respective residents, maintaining natural and historic sites and structures and helping to make Maryland a great place to live, work, play, and explore. Now, therefore, I, Christopher Nevin, Mayor of the town of Hampstead, do hereby proclaim the month of November to be Municipal Government Works Month. And I think you hear everything we're doing on a municipal level to make the town a better place to do all those things that I just mentioned. And, you know, there's a lot of employees, 24 in fact, and I think I brought that up in the newsletter that just hit the mailboxes, that they're involved in every facet of your day-to-day life, and we couldn't do it without them. So that's the municipal government piece of it. Dave already mentioned that, you know, we attended a board meeting, and there were all kinds of committee meetings at the fall conference, and Dave was, you know, he's the chairman of the Convention Planning Committee. He left that out, but, you know, he's going to have a lot of say in what we do when we go to Ocean City next June. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So, and part of Maryland Municipal League, we've tried to more engage Baltimore City, and we had a meeting with a lot of the folks from Baltimore City, their staff particularly, this past week, and it was good to see because they more identify with MACO, which is the Maryland Association of Counties, and we want them to more identify with us. So we were sort of focusing on our legislative initiatives, which I think hit home to them. So they're going to start being, I think, more involved with the Maryland Municipal League. So that's always a good thing. And, you know, they are the largest city in the state of Maryland. So it's good to have them on board. So, and there was a lot of common ground discussed. Next thing, PFAS. And you've heard me talk about it. And it's a big number that we have to overcome for us to eliminate the, you know, molecules of plastic that are in our water. Very minute, but still we have to go about doing it. And this is what you can call an emerging contaminant. And so we had two choices. We could sit around and complain about it and not really get on board with it. And, you know, I can't believe this is another thing we have to do again. Or we could see the writing on the wall and step up, be proactive, and get moving in a very fast and efficient manner. So obviously we chose the last, with the importance of always looking out for the long-term best interests of our town, because this is a very costly project, over $20 million. You know, think about 2,000 ratepayers, $20 million, that's a big number on your water bill. So we received notice of the state and federal assistance we will be receiving for the project. We're going to get $586,000 from the Maryland Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund. This is a 100% forgivable loan, but then the EPA came through. We're going to get $18.9 million.
Yes.
So this is basically Federal Assistance in Emerging Contaminants in Small and Disadvantaged Communities grant. We qualified this grant because we were a small community, not a disadvantaged one. We received every cent of the money the federal government allocated to the state for the removal of emerging contaminants, which is unheard of. But basically, we got on board. We were first in line. So there you go. And, you know, we're very grateful for this. And I will say that I'm grateful to Larry Hentz, Kevin Han, Toby as well. Jim Rourke was involved in this. Our engineering people were involved in this. Christina was involved in this back in the back office, and did a lot of paperwork, a lot of grant writing, and the results are obvious. So,
Don't forget Tom Devil.
oh, I'm sorry, Tom Devilvis as well. So, we're gonna have our hands full. We got to start moving dirt basically by the end of next year. There's also some leftover money in the other program that came out. ARPA money, exactly, American Rescue Plan money. So we have some of that left over, which we're going to apply to. But the bottom line is, I mean, this is a huge financial impact for the town of Hampstead, and we have a first-class team working on it. So it's going to be a lot of work going forward between the bookkeeping and everything else that you got to keep up on to certify that you're doing things properly. And there's a lot of I's to dot and T's to cross. But I think the team will do exactly that, and couldn't be more prouder of them for doing it. So that's that. Now the fun stuff, they've already mentioned it like 7 times, but what the heck? Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Yeah. So one of the best events of the winter that we have, and best events of the year, is our annual Christmas tree lighting and decoration lighting, and Kevin and the elves have got everything ready to go on Main Street. We kick it off at 6:45 with, as usual, the Cub Scout Pack 791 will be singing Christmas carols in their little 8 and 9-year-old voices. Always fun. They're followed by the Spring Garden Elementary Band, Spring Garden Elementary Chorus. I think Shiloh Middle's going to show up as well, so we'll see. But at any rate, Santa and I arrive on a fire truck about 7 p.m. to turn on the lights like clockwork. Our fire department helps us out. The police department's got everything staked off and so everything's pretty safe. Usually we have about 1,000 people milling around Main Street, so it's good for everybody. Thanks St. John Church for allowing us the use of their facilities. Crossroads Church will have their live nativity next to the War Memorial in the Matthews Tire parking lot. It's always good to recognize the reason for the season as well. So, and then Santa, he comes and does Friday night, and he sees all the children after he gets there, and then he comes back Saturday, and then on the 9th and 10th of December and the 16th and 17th of December, those are Saturday, Sundays, between the hours of 6 or Friday, Saturdays.
Friday, 6 to 8.
There you go, 6 to 8, and so you can come visit Santa and take photographs with him, and You know, I'm looking forward to it. It's always a fun event every single year. Hopefully Mother Nature holds out on us because, you know, the weather's a little iffy. But
It's not gonna rain.
it's not going to rain because it hasn't rained forever. But if, you know, we hold an event, just ask Wayne how many times it rains. He's near perfect.
We didn't let him plan it.
So we'll keep him far away. So, so that's my report. So, you know,
St. John's.
yeah, and so you know, it's neat. You know, Hampstead, I always liken it to, you know, we're a duck floating on a nice calm pond, but underneath, those little feet are moving a mile a minute, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So my thanks to everybody involved. All right, that's it for my report. Don't think there's any unfinished business, new business. Oh, shush.
Okay. Oh, shush.
New business is the recognition of the Alicia Band. If Wayne had read his agenda, he obviously can't see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So, the Alicia Band has been around for 125 years.
Just.
Yeah, just 125 years. So, almost as old as the town, right? And Brenda Kaiser, who's their, I guess, the band leader, president of the group, she's here tonight. So I want to call her up, and we want to give them this proclamation. Over here now. You should almost be used to this. Back in the day. So, proclamation, whereas the Alicia Band has successfully entertained the North Carroll community for the past 125 years, and whereas the community band has provided music for church socials, community events, parades, patriotic celebrations, and similar events, and whereas the Alicia Band has provided a wonderful education opportunity for musicians both young and old alike, and whereas the Alicia Band has contributed greatly to the musical heritage of Carroll County, now therefore I, Christopher Nevin, Mayor of the Town of Hampstead, do hereby proclaim November 14th, 2023, Alicia Band Day in the Town of Hampstead.
All right.
Have a big picture. Anything you want to add about your band?
Well, you hit all the highlights. You know, as you know, they've been here 125 years, and I was about this high when I started, and I'm still playing. And my kids have played, many other
That's great.
young people, and any elementary, probably upper elementary, but anybody who went up is welcome to come.
Very good.
So,
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've had a couple of proclamations today. We had a whole bunch of them last month. We'll have to figure out what to do for next month. All right, mundane part of government. Approval for fiscal year 2024 budget revision to the general fund to transfer $24,500 from the capital reserve to the government building capital. And this is basically because the heat pumps outside died.
Yeah.
Let them wear
And,
coats.
Yeah, we could have, we were hoping they would last through the season and we could put them into next year's capital budget, but they decided they didn't want to do that. And so,
And the guy whose office is right outside those things, I look forward to new, quieter heat pumps.
it is quieter.
Yes, it is.
The one that we've had to do is quieter, yes.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
A second. Any discussion?
Nope, but it's got to be a roll call.
I'm aware. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Barrett,
Yes.
Councilmember Painter,
Yes.
Councilmember Oglesby,
Yes.
and Councilmember Thomas.
Yes.
Thank you. It's approved. Then secondly, another budget revision, this one for the water fund to transfer $18,990 from the capital reserve to the distribution system improvements. And I believe this one involves the fire hydrant that's located on Royal Avenue, which is leaking like a sieve. And the cost of fire hydrants, like everything else, is through the roof to the moon.
About 3 years ago, that hydrant would have cost about $9,000.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so take between Deb and Diane, take your pick. All right, any comment? Roll call?
Councilmember Barrett,
Yes.
Councilmember Painter,
Yes.
Councilmember Thomas,
Yes.
and Councilmember Oglesby.
Yes.
All right. Then we have the approval to purchase property, which we seldom do. Parcel 003 30, which is located along Shiloh next to Hampstead Elementary School. We're purchasing 3.43 acres located on Shiloh Road for $74,000. Basically, our pump station sits right on the corner, and we're going to need some of that additional land for access to that pump station and to upsize that pump station as a result of our new, what are we calling it, water modernization project, which is PFAS related. So part of the cost, here it is, and it's, it sits there, part of the land, sort of, as if you're familiar with the topography of it, looks like a ski slope. I'd say it's blue dime, what is it, what's the easiest, green, then blue, so it's blue. It's got a nice little steep to it, but there's some flat section up top where our pump house is, so. A motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion of purchase? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Ordinances and resolutions. Now we have the adoption of Resolution 2023-04, which is a resolution to adopt the amendment as previously explained during our public hearing in which nobody commented. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
You guys are like, come on, let's get with it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm abstaining from this vote due to my employment.
With the tenant.
With the tenant.
Yes. All right, thank you. All right, so that resolution is adopted. Now we're up to public comments. Are there any? Okay. Well, maybe we'll have a Christmas tree, and it's everywhere else but right here in Town Hall a little early. But we'll have a Christmas tree up next month, right?
Yes, after Thanksgiving.
Yep, perfect. And the reason to mention that again, the reason we have our Christmas tree lighting the Friday before Thanksgiving is because all the school kids involved are off the day after Thanksgiving, so it makes sense to get them while we can. And then if you have it the day after or the week after Thanksgiving, then you're pretty much into December, and we've put a lot of time and effort out there for not very much time as far as promoting our Main Street. So we think longer is better when it comes to the Christmas season in Candy Cane Lane on Main. So the head elf agrees. So, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second by
Second.
Deb. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you all. See you next month.
Thank you, boss.